Google Classroom. What is my grade? Why is that my grade? What is happening? The stream. Can I improve my grade in completing work in a timely manner? CWTM. This will be a video explaining the Google Classroom from the student view centered around Mr. Van's class experience. But much of the explanation can be applicable to many students' experiences, application of the Google Classroom. Here is the stream. Every day in my class, I post what we plan to do with a date. There may also be other items such as tests or assignments. When activities are posted, they show up in the stream and on the classwork page. So here's the stream. We did a book it. We did an ed puzzle. We did a go formative all in one day. And here is the post for the day. The day before that, I posted an assignment. And here is the post for the day. Now to classwork. Here is the classwork part of the Google Classroom. Mine has sections based on the unit we're working on. Some teachers may break these sections based down on specific subjects in the class. This may happen in the elementary level. So this right here is the residential design section right here. And then we did the universal systems model before that. Here's some sideline activities. We did a career unit before that. And let's just say you wanted to go to a particular topic. So if it was elementary and you wanted to go like social studies or math, you can go up to here and choose on that particular topic. But mine, mostly for the most part, go sequential. Sequentially, the units we go through, and most of the posts in the unit go sequential. So we did this, then we did this, then we did this, then we did this. At the right hand of the assignment, there's a due date for the assignment. Due date, due date, due date, due date. If there's no due date, this may be in the process of working on a part of an assignment and the due date has not been set. So we're doing in the residential design, this residential design activity. I don't have a due date because we're kind of working on it. And actually in this activity, it's a little unique. I'm going to be combining a few different activities into one activity. So this measurement right there, that is going to be actually part of that. And then we'll actually be doing some as this actually assignment is open to look at. So we're going to be doing some ed puzzles and we're going to be doing some tests, and it's all going to be rolled into one assignment. But this test was a test all by itself. It was due on this day. This right here, the universal systems model activity we did, that was due on the 13th. And I gave instructions on various days in the stream. And actually, when they worked on the assignment, if they had to do their busing activity, if they had to do their systems model, they would their own systems model, their electronic notes that would go there. And here's actually a rubric of how this assignment was evaluated. All right. Whenever something is due, it's graded. If assignments are not completed, they will be graded anyways. And when assignments are done graded, I mark the assignment as complete. If it's marked as complete, it will not show up as missing under the View Your Work tab if you go to missing. But we'll go over that. I do not require students to pass in assignments. Once they're due, I'll grade them and I'll actually mark them as complete, which will actually mark them as passed in. But if a student wants to pass an assignment, they can totally pass in their assignment when they're done with it. But I will grade it when it's due and mark it's all graded. So, actually, some assignments do have some very detailed explanations as to what to do. So if you look at the vector Google drawing, lots of detail, lots of explanation. If you look at this rocket, we built a rocket, basically completed on the construction of the rocket. They made the rocket, they got a grade. Here's the universal systems model test, and it was just a login. So Sometimes there may be lots of detail. Sometimes they may not. Like that right there is just a link to the test. Currently, we're actually in quarter 4, but I made everything in quarter 3, so it was a little easier to explain and for students to look at. All right, now, so here's a question. What is your grade? Click on View Your Work. So, right now, my class is only a 2-quarter class, first semester, second semester, and theoretically, since it's just quarter 3, it shows an overall grade right there. If it's quarter 4, it actually may say a quarter 4 grade right there. Now, what makes up let's just click on this. Okay, so theoretically it's just quarter 3, so the overall grade is 85.65. Once quarter 4 rolls around, there may be a grade there for quarter 4. And how do I make up the grade? Classwork's 40%, tests are 40%. And micro assignments, little tests, little activities. They're not. I don't want 1-day activities or 20-minute activities to have the same worth of a whole classwork, which could be a day or 2 or 3 days. So those are 20% right there. All right. So this residential design activity is going to be some classwork, and actually that right there is going to be nested into that right there. This was a test. I excused it for the student. Okay, this person made their rocket. That was classwork, 100%, ed puzzle, 100%, good job. All right, so what makes up a particular grade? So we'll look at the vector Google drawing right here. I'm gonna click on it. They get a 70 on it. Okay, so why is it a 70? Let's click on View Details. All right, so anytime a student has to complete a Google Doc or drawing or whatever, and if it's related to the assignment, I will attach it to the assignment. So here's their their drawing that they completed. So for this, they had to watch an ed puzzle, and I actually embedded the ed puzzle into this. Their vector drawing has to have 7 colors. The image can't be the same as the ed puzzle, and their original image has to be included. So they're supposed to have 7 colors. And on this, 1 color, 2 color, 3 color, 4 color, and that's actually really a 5th color. But I didn't really see the difference between the two, and if I had noticed, I would definitely go back and redo it so this person wouldn't miss out. But we really only have, I'll just say 4 colors just for discussion. So they got 4 out of 7 colors right there. They watched their video. They have their image. The image is duplicated. It's not the same image as the ed puzzle. So theoretically, there was 100 points they could get there, and they only got 7 of 100 points. So in completing work in a timely manner, they get a 7 out of 10. But if they went back and added the 3 colors, they could get another 30 points there, and their grade would definitely be into the 90s. So they can go back and do their work. And I encourage that. If they redo it, I just ask them to tell me, or they could just repass it in. If it repasses in and sends me an email, they can go back and grade it. So if I kind of scroll down a little bit, we'll just just for example's sake, let's say somebody was having not a good day, and their work production was non-existent on a particular day. So we go to the 16 personalities, they get a 0 on it. If we click on the View Details, there would be a Google Doc here. Google's being wonky, I don't understand it. But anyways, they could just reload the page and it pops up. So they were supposed to do an activity and answer all these questions, but they didn't. And how do we know that? Because in completing work in a timely manner, they got a 0. They didn't answer any questions, so they got a 0 there. If they answered a few questions, if they answered 20 points, 30 points with a question, that would be like a 3 out of 9. So theoretically, they could get 90 points for the assignment. So this is basically 10% of the overall assignment. So they got a 0 there. So that indicates the student did not do this assignment, but they could do it. They could redo it as long as it was done in the quarter, and then they could resubmit it. Actually, they may have to, in order to resubmit it, you have to unsubmit it, then you do it, and then you resubmit it. And then it sends me an email, and then I can go back in, regrade it. So this is their overall grade for quarter 3, and it's based on all their assignments. If it was quarter 4, it'll tell you quarter 3, quarter 4. These are, I went back and I changed things, so it's a little weird here. So these things are actually in quarter 4, but I extended it, so I don't understand it. Anyways, so we see our quarter 3s. It'll probably say quarter 4. And theoretically, it's quarter 3, so that's their overall grade. There's their assignments. You can click on assignment. You can see the details about the assignment. This is a task filter. Some students believe that if they go down to missing, it will show all the stuff that they can do. But if assignments due, I'll grade it, and then I pass it back on my end, and then it doesn't show up as missing. So missing is not always a very accurate way to see like what you can do to improve your grade. It's best to go to returned. It's best to go to returned. And if you're like, well, what do I need to do for now? It's best to look at the stream, see what assignments, what activities we did on the particular days and what was due on the particular days. And it's very common that if there's numerous activities done on numerous days, I may list out in the assignment, do this on this day, do this on this day, do this on this day. So if we go to all, that's everything from the beginning of time. And if you're like, well, we're in quarter 4 now, look for when quarter 4 started and any activities after that. I hope this gives you some helpful information about the Google Classroom from the student view.